Hi, I'm Thrifty Tim. It's time for another March Mystery Madness midweek midday live stream where we talk about what we've been reading, what we finished, what we are presently reading, and what we will be reading uh, for uh, for this month. Uh, uh, so far this month, I've finished one book that's Agatha Christie, Destination Unknown, and it was previously titled So Many Steps to Death, which I really liked, and I'm almost done with Lawrence Block's A Canceled Check. And then after that, I'll be reading Smokescreen by Dick Francis. Okay, I don't have anybody. Don't see any. Looks like I don't have any viewers yet. I'll give you a little bit of time to uh, viewers to come on. And well, anyway, the other books that I will be reading are Monkey's Raincoat by Robert Craig. This will be a reread for me. This next one, I've read another book by him. This is, I've read a couple books by him actually. This is The First Eagle by Tony Hillerman. Let's see, the Destination Unknown was for my 50s. The Cancel Check is for my 60s read. The Monkey's Raincoat is 70s. First Eagle is 80s. Well, hello, Elizabeth.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Okay, Monday was a little rough on me. Just recovering from the time change.
Oh, I'm still not recovered. That's why I'm running late today. I didn't want to get up. I had my husband was off and gone to work, and I had my daughter coming in trying to wake me up, and a cat sitting on me trying to wake me up to feed him. And I was like, I don't want to get up.
I know what that's like. Some mornings the bed just feels so nice that you don't
What's
want to
that?
leave it. I
Yeah,
see your cat
sorry.
right there.
Yeah, this was not the one that was waking me up. It was I have a big fat fluffy one that
Oh,
was demanding his breakfast. No, she likes to be near me. She's my old one, but one of the dogs just came in and she thought he was too close. So, oh hey, there's Sarah.
hi,
Hi,
Sarah.
Hello.
Elizabeth. How are you? Tim?
Okay,
I'm doing well.
so how have you two been doing with your reading so far this month?
I've been doing great. I have been reading like a book a day, if you know, on
I'm not
audio
that
anyway.
I'm not
Overachiever?
that fast of reader. I've had surgery on both eyes twice, so
Mm.
it was
Well,
mostly surgery.
I rely a lot on audio. I'm reading some in print. I've been reading these like a chapter or two a day in both of these. So that's my print books. But today on audio, I just started this one. Now, this is not to my taste, but my book club is reading this tomorrow, and the audio just came in. Have you ever read any of these, Tim? The Dave Robichaux
I
novels? They
haven't
mostly
read
do
it.
like
I haven't read anything by him. I don't know whether I have any books by him on my shelves either. So
they're all set in Louisiana. Most of the crimes involve drugs. And my friend she started it already a couple weeks ago. She's like, "Have you started that yet? It's really seamy. There's not steamy, but seamy. Like, and it's, And I'm like, yeah, I know. I've read one of these
well,
before. It's not to my
Well, the one
taste.
I'm currently reading, I think it will be. He wrote it more towards men.
Okay, yeah. These are guys' books too, I think. Although our librarian that does book club, she loves them, and that's why she wanted to read this one. She loves Dave Robichaux, but she likes the seamier, seedier stuff. So
Well, I was gonna say you're reading the Reacher books, Elizabeth. They're not
yeah,
that right. Like that's the same type. I like to think.
they're
Maybe.
just a different tone. They're
Okay.
very bone crunchy, but yeah, I mean, yeah, there's just a different vibe, sort of. But
Because I
yeah,
consider those dad books because my dad read all the Reacher books and I think those are dad books, like
yeah,
Well, put it this way: I usually don't say the word, but one of the things in that book is he refers to a woman as a Nazi nymphomaniac.
oh my goodness. Wow, yeah, yeah.
But I should be finishing that today, and then tomorrow I'll be starting Smoke Screen. It's doing it as a buddy read with Breezy Ann.
Oh,
nice.
awesome. So the Lawrence Block book, what decade is it? I know you're going in order
That's
from
of
50.
the 60s.
That's your 60s. Okay. So what was your 50s one? You already read it, right?
The Christie. I finished
Okay.
this back on Saturday, and it was good. It
Oh,
was
good.
a spy mystery, but I really
Nice.
liked it.
Good. That's good. Yeah. So I don't know if you heard Tim say he's doing like all the decades he's been alive. So he was just
Oh,
alive.
that's
When were
awesome.
you born? Like right at the end of the 50s. So
Right.
he's
I
doing
was born
50s.
in December of 59.
Wow. So right at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm reading a
Nice.
I think it's the third cat who was like 1963, 1964. It's such a kick reading it, like the prices of
Yeah.
stuff and the way that they talk and the fact it's written by a woman but yet the sexism. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like you'd think because it's written by a woman that it wouldn't be, but I mean that's just what it was. But they're still just charming books and they just make me happy.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about them. I know they're not everybody's taste, but I love them,
Yeah. Me
Yeah.
too. Me too. I've only read them once, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Well, I have read the book
So,
one twice.
some of these books just pull you in so quick that you don't want to put them away.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If Storm gets here, we'll have to ask her about J.A. Jance because she's reading her first J.A. Jance, and I was just watching her her daily reading vlog this morning, and she was talking about some of the things like I didn't expect so much sex in this book, but then she went on to say she's like I can't hardly like something to the effect of I can't hardly put it down, like the story is just like fast paced and I want to know what happens and all that kind of stuff. So
Well,
yeah, and I've read that book twice, so it's really good. J.A. Jance will really like suck you in, and you just want to know what happens.
What's going to happen next?
just
Yeah.
just a little while ago, I was watching that book haul of hers, and so and some
Oh,
of the books she got that.
oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She got the one that was this morning too. That was the same video where she got some Perry Mason books. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think so.
nice.
And she also got got some of them that, of course, I know Sarah will like the romance ones.
That might have been
Yeah,
a
I'm
different.
looking forward to going to watch that one.
Yeah, she had gotten some book mail today, but I think the romance ones there that must have been a different video.
Yeah.
So I've got a book
Yeah.
haul coming. I've already filmed it.
I got this one on the go right now too. The one with the undercover nun. This is just all kinds of delightful. It is hilarious. She is sneaking out of the convent to go smoke. She's like
Oh my
wanting to go.
goodness.
That's about like an episode of Death in Paradise that I watched the other day.
Oh, okay. My mom, I gotta watch that. Everybody says it's such a good show. I really need to try it out.
Yeah, see, I have BrickBox, so
Yeah.
my wife
So
and I like watching the British mysteries.
Nice.
Fun. So Sarah, is that one kind of like Sister Act, where she's like hiding, like, or she's?
I don't know. It
she's not
hasn't really been revealed why she's there, but clearly she's not supposed to be there. But there's
Okay.
another nun that it sounds like she's there to kind of protect. And then there's another guy who shut it. I'm only 3 chapters in because they're slower reads for me because the print is smaller and my eyes just aren't what they used to be.
I know what you mean there.
Hold it up again. What's the name of it?
It is called Desert Shadows by Emily Richards. It's a romantic, a Harlequin. Well, it was back in the day, a silhouette, intimate moments. But it is available on Kindle.
I've got a bunch of Emily Richards. I wonder if I have that one. I don't think I have that one, but I didn't even realize
came across it, and as soon as I saw, like, that she was a nun who could be an assassin, and I'm like, I need to read this book right now.
She's got a cozy mystery series that I own. Sorry, Emily. Go on in there, hon. Go on in there. She's got a cozy mystery series, and then she also writes some women's fiction and stuff like that.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Sorry, Emily. My book's over. And she's really good. I've read some of her series, but the cozy series is like 5 books, and I have not read any of them. I'm trying to think. I've got one right here. Hang on a second. Going back and watch a movie, okay? This is book 5. I have it in here because it's hardcover, and my paperbacks are on another shelf. But anyway, it says Ministry is Murder.
I was just looking those up.
Yeah, it's like a church setting, but they're not like Christian books. It's just like a church setting. Gotcha. And
it was a church setting with when you said ministry there.
Yeah. I don't think this is a Christian book. It's just a church setting. But yeah, it looks fun. I've got all of them. I just haven't. They're not on audio, so I tend to put things off unless I have a specific challenge. Like this month was a perfect time to read this. Some of these are on audio now, but this one I couldn't find, and because I wanted to read something, in honor of Scott Bryant, so that's why I picked that one. And I've been wanting to read it anyway, so it's like a good motivation to get it done.
I love that series so much.
How many have you read of them? Are you caught up like Tiffany, except for the
Noodle Shop? One? I think I've read the first 3 or 4. They're all available now on audio.
All of them are? I think they're not all on Hoopla yet, though.
Okay, fair enough.
And I can understand why you like Hoopla. Free.
Yes.
Yeah.
Free is good. We like free.
Let me see. They may be on Everand, though.
I'm trying to remember because I know my mom was reading through them, and I can't remember where I picked up some of them for her. I think I got lucky in my library had some of them. It all depends. You know what I mean?
Right. Let's see here.
But yeah, I know it was a long time. Like, it was originally only like the first 3 that were on audio, and then just recently they've released all the rest of them.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, I couldn't find the second one. Now I see. I have. It looks like they're all on here except book 2.
Of course. Of course.
There's like 7 of them here, but not Dim Sum of All Fears, which could mean that it's here. It's just not connected, because that happens sometimes on Hoopla.
What did you say is the name of that one that you had couldn't see?
Vivian Chin is the author name, and she's got an extra I in Chin. So Vivienchien is the author, and
it's the Noodle Shop Mystery Series.
Noodle Shop Mysteries.
Yeah. I thought I heard you say the Sum of All Fears, and
Dim Sum. Yeah,
Dim Sum of All Fears.
Because there's a Tom Clancy book that's titled The Sum of All Fears.
The Sum of All Fears,
Jack Bryan one.
Yeah, that. Yeah, it's
same as when we were all reading. Everybody was reading the Emergency Dessert Squad, and that first one is Eclair in Present Danger. And all I kept thinking was Claire in Present Danger.
Yeah.
So, have you watched the Jack Bryan books, Sarah? Or
yeah, my dad was a huge fan, so I have been. Yes, I've
been a fan. I haven't read all his books though, because getting busy, like after I got out of the Air Force, getting busy with work and everything,
Yep,
and
of
also
course.
with having 2 kids.
Yep. No, they were some of my dad's favorite things.
I haven't read any of those books, but I have watched at least a season and a half of the show. So it also has a lot of, seedy characters, seamy characters, but and oh my goodness, the F word every other second.
Oh yeah,
but,
oh yeah.
And
You have to
Say
remember,
Elizabeth.
you have to remember a lot of Navy in it.
yeah,
In other
yeah.
words, a lot of military.
But I feel like sometimes these show producers add some that's not even there in the book. Like the Reacher series has it a little bit in the books, but not an overabundance. This season of
Right.
Reacher, there's this one female character who is just F this, F that, every other word. And I'm like, I've read this book. I know that that character was not that mouthy.
Yeah,
So
they
they just
figure the
added,
more swearing, the more people they'll get watching.
I guess. Not in my case, but
Yeah.
I love the character. I love the whole Reacher franchise. So I'll read and watch all of it.
All I know is that when the movie came out with what's his name, the guy who was in Mission Impossible, I remember my dad just ranting that how bad the casting was. And then I look at it now and I think Dad would be so happy.
Tom Cruise, yeah. I know I've seen Tom Cruise because with the way even in the first book, the way Jack Reacher
is described.
Yeah.
Dad goes, that short little blah, blah, blah,
But in all fairness, Tom Cruise did him justice. He did I thought he played the character very well, but yeah, could they have cast a bigger, a bigger guy? Yeah. Sure. But I thought he played him well.
Oh, hi, Storm.
So, Storm's in the chat.
Yeah. She's having her lunch.
Okay. Well, you can still come on if you want. The link is in the Discord. Hello, how are you? We were just talking about you. Your ears must have been burning.
Your ears must have been burning, yeah, exactly.
Tim was talking about your book haul. And I think not the one you showed this morning, but a different one that had some romance books in it.
I think she had some. Well, I haven't watched today's yet.
There was a book today. I don't remember any romance books in that one.
She mentioned Mitzi in it also. So
okay.
Because she picked out the book that reminded her of Mitzi, a vintage book.
Oh, fun. The video that I just filmed that I haven't even put up yet, I have a book that reminds me of Mitzi. I'm like, this looks like a Mitzi book. and then I had to go back and watch a couple of videos just to make sure she didn't give it to me, but she didn't. So I'm like, okay, that's good, because at some point I might like to, read it and pass it on to Mitzi. So, she says that is the one for today's segment. Oh, okay. Maybe so. I was fixing breakfast and kind of listening in one ear. And I must have missed some of it. Sorry.
You saw what you needed to see.
I know. Yeah. And it's like when it rains, it pours, because here Storm has been talking like all month about needing that Perry Mason book 5. And no sooner had she said someone was sending it than I get to work yesterday. And I was minding my own business, filling in the YA section, and I heard our manager talking to somebody on the phone, and she's like reading off all these mystery titles on the phone. Someone was asking what we had, and I was like, oh, what, after she got off the phone, I was like, what series were they looking for? They're like, oh, they were looking for Perry Mason. Well, I didn't even know we had Perry Mason. So I went and looked on the shelf. We had 2 copies of the one that Storm wanted.
Oh, no.
And I sent her a picture. I was like, I can send this if you're, if something falls through with the other one. But when it rains, it pours. And that'll happen to me where I will finally break down and like order a book or I'll pay too much for it. And then I see it 5 more times, cheap. So it always happens that way.
Well, with me, all of my books I get mainly in thrift stores or at library sales.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Fortunately, with the area I'm in, we have plenty of libraries nearby.
Nice.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Mitzi's always saying we don't have the kind of library sales you have, but we are really blessed with a lot of good library sales within driving distance.
I got one coming up.
What
One of
about
the
yours,
local
Sarah?
libraries at the end of April, and they usually start on a Thursday. So every other year that they've had them, I can't go till Saturday because I'm working. But I'm like, I'm not working right now, so guess who's going to be there at 9 a.m. on Thursday?
There you go.
Well,
Awesome.
we have. Okay, I'll bring this up.
Yeah, I was the third person to want to get in that book. That is, yeah. When it rains, it pours. Ask and you shall receive, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Put it out there into the universe and see what happens.
Yeah, but
I would like $1 million. No.
There you go.
Well, see, we like I said, we just got my daughter moved. See, she turned in her keys this past weekend and stuff to the
Oh, yeah?
to the landlord of the old place, but of course, after she got done there, so my wife was up there with her, and they went the library in the town she lived in. Had a library sale. They have it like 4 or 5 months during the year that they'll have it go for a full month. And,
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I've gotten plenty of books at their sales. And then small library in the town that my wife works in, that's not too far from here. We usually go to that. They have a sale twice a year, only like 4 days or something like that. And
Yeah. Like where they get all the stuff out of storage. And
you usually go on
out.
Friday or Saturday where you can get them for lower prices.
Yeah.
So
Same
I
here.
got a lot of books there for $1.
That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
My favorite sale has like their 2 days, a Friday, Saturday. They do like books are individually priced, and then on Monday, if you come, and they don't always advertise it, but you just know on Monday you come, you can get fill a box for $5. So I just skip Friday, Saturday, and I just go straight to the fill a box.
Go for it.
Oh yeah. Oh, she just finished Until Proven Guilty. I know. Oh my goodness. And Storm, I'm so glad you read in order, because if you hadn't read book 1, then you might pick up another one, and all of that, this whole book 1 would be spoiled, because it really does set the tone for it sets everything up now going forward. So yeah, it's a crazy ending. Have y'all read this one? J.P. Beaumont. It's J.A. Jance, but it's the Beaumont series.
Have
you read
it? I have some of her novels. I haven't read any of them yet, because I want to start with the first one. Because with me, I usually prefer to start with the first book so I can get introduced to the characters in it.
Yeah. And for that series and the Joanna Brady, I think it's important to read book 1, because in the Beaumont series, it just, there's something that happens and it's major, but then like that's like a pivotal moment in his whole life going forward. And then in her Joanna Brady series, she, for the most of the series, she's the only county sheriff she's the only female county sheriff in Arizona. But at the beginning of the series, her husband's running for sheriff. So you find out how she gets to be, so you got to read that book to find out how does she end up as the sheriff and not him. So that's a really good series too. Strong female character, strong female lead. I love the Joanna Brady series. It's really good.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I think
it's called Tombstone. It's either Shoot Don't Shoot or Tombstone Justice. I don't know. I get all those names and titles mixed up, but let me see.
Well, the first book is available at my library on ebook.
Of Joanna Brady.
Yeah, I'll have to add that to my wish list.
It's good. She's such a good writer. And I mean, you just like dive in and you just can't stop till the end. They're so good. I've read most of the J.P. Beaumont books. She's my second most read author behind Debbie Macomber.
Really?
Because I just fly through her books. Yeah. I read a lot of them before I ever started BookTube, but I was just looking her up the other day and realizing that she's written several. I thought I was about caught up with the Beaumont series, and I thought I was done with the Brandon Walker series, and I was almost caught up with Joanna Brady, and then there's like 2 or 3 more books in the.
She's got like 4 different series here.
There's 4 different series. I'm reading Allie Reynolds right now. And actually, I stopped reading Joanna Brady because I got to a book that had Allie Reynolds and Joanna Brady. And so I thought, okay, well, I can't read this until I know who Allie Reynolds is. So I went back to start with Allie Reynolds.
Gotcha.
And
So
that's what I'm reading now.
Sarah, have you read any of David Baldacci's books?
No, but I want to read his new one. I can't remember what it's called. Calamity of Souls.
Yeah,
I want to read that one.
I've been reading different series of his, along with I read around now with standalones. He's one of my favorite authors, and Elizabeth recently read a book of his, and because I told her I think she'd like it because I like it because he has both a strong male and a strong female protagonist in every book.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard. Yeah, I saw that one at the store, and I'm like, oh, and I read the back, and I said, that looks really good, so.
I was just answering Storm. Storm said, is Joanna Brady in the Beaumont series? And yes, she is in like 2 of the books. And that was the aggravating thing about it. I did not really care for the one that they were first in, because in the Joanna Brady series, she had just gotten, either she was newly married or newly engaged or something. And so then when she meets Beaumont, she's attracted to him and he's attracted to her, but like it doesn't go anywhere. I'm giving spoilers here. But I was just like, come on. Just because they meet doesn't mean they have to be attracted to each other. She's, she's got a new husband. She should not be straying. So, and she doesn't, but it's like, come on. But she does overlap her series.
Sometimes just reading books like that, you start getting pissed off at them.
Right, yeah.
And you're about ready to throw the book away. And
mm-hmm.
And but then so she goes on, and her last comment, she says, that Beaumont book has more sex in it than the romances I've read lately.
Storm, pick up another Tessa Bailey and you might change your tune.
But yeah, I think I wrote you a comment that the romance in that book is very whirlwind, but it's necessary for the ending, as you now know, when you got to the ending. So yeah, it was, I think she put it there to show what a whirlwind it was for him, but it was crazy.
Interesting. We'll have to try. That's another author for me to check out.
I love her. And she does a really good story without a lot of foul language, which, is another bonus. There's some, and there's, like Storm said, there's some sex, but yeah.
50 years from now, I'm going to hear the term foul language, and I'm going to think of you, Elizabeth. I'll be in my nursing home.
That way. I say it that way to distinguish between just like, like the D word and,
I know. I'm just making fun. It's just so you know what I mean?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, most people don't tend to swear much because I didn't like to swear around my kids when they were growing up. But
right.
If they get me pissed off enough, they'll see the old sergeant in me come out.
Yeah, I used to have a coworker that would just talk like a sailor, and I was like, and I knew you had young kids. I'm like, do you talk like that at home? And I don't even remember what he said, because I'm thinking your kids are going to turn out just like you if you were acting that way at home.
My father was a stockbroker. It was second nature. That's just
really?
How he talked. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I'm in certain settings, yes. When I was working,
heard you say that.
Like, because I was working with men, I was working in a very male-dominated industry. You just kind of start to, you know what I mean? But I know when to turn it off. I know when
you
it's
have
not.
to know your audience.
Right, exactly, you know? But I don't, it's not all the time. But no, using it for the sake of using it doesn't make any sense to me, you know? Like, there's other words you could use.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
So I was even a scoutmaster and I didn't swear. And because that's setting an example for the boys. And
absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
You know?
Scout's honor.
Meanwhile, my mother, on the other hand, never. And when she does, you kind of step back and go, wait, hold on, you know that word?
Well, she probably heard it from your dad enough.
Probably, yeah.
Well, I've surprised my daughter-in-law at times when she's heard me swear.
Yeah. But that's one thing I find not as often as in the in the Kate Burkholder series. At least not from my recollection. I don't think there's as much, maybe because of all the Amish. Now that I'm thinking about it.
I'm determined I'm going to read the next one this year, the second one.
You've only read the first one, right?
I've only read the first one, yeah.
So
I want to do it this year. I've been afraid of it. I've been nervous, but I'm going to do it.
I still maintain that's a series you need to read on audio because what's her the narrator is Kate Burkholder. I actually started listening to another audiobook not long ago and it was the same narrator and I couldn't do it. I said that's you know what I mean? Like it's like an actor. This is who you play. Right. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't differentiate between them.
Yeah, and you know what? Now that you said that, that's interesting because the narrator who narrated all of Jan Karen's books, which are, just delightful, hometown, all that. I listened back in January. I listened to Wicked, which is horrible, but the same man narrates it. And I'm like, no. You should not be saying those words. You should not be saying these horrible things because you already read what was good and now you're reading trash. Oh my goodness. But yeah.
That's what it was. It was the Mary Kay Andrews book that she narrated. It's Catherine McKierney.
With that.
Who plays Kate Burkholder. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I think
she narrates a lot of stuff. She does Elaine Hildebrandt. She does some Star Wars books. I'm just looking at her stuff on Audible. Oh, cool. She does children's books, but in my brain, that's who she is.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up and see them. I better make sure because I want to read that for Amish in April. I need to make sure there's not like a long wait on it or something.
Yeah, I got a couple for Amish in April that I want. A couple more cozies a couple cozy series that I want to read the first one this month so I can get to book 2 next month. I got to figure out my 1, 2, 3. We got to talk about when we're going to put our announcement up, Elizabeth.
Yeah. I messaged you on Voxer.
Oh,
and I said that. So Sworn to Silence is number 1. What's number 2? Pray for Silence. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, it's not. There's no holds on it right now. So
you're okay.
And I've got it in my wish list. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say Sarah looks like she's ready for St. Patrick's Day already, wearing green.
She got green on it. Green.
Hello, gray. But yeah,
it is kind of green.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm looking to see.
I'm always ready for St. Patrick's Day.
Well, my son's birthday is tomorrow, so.
Oh, okay. When is it even? Oh, it's Monday. Okay, so for your live stream, it's the 15th or 17th? 17th. Yeah,
it's the 17th.
For your live stream, you'll have to all wear green for your Monday night live stream.
Yes,
that's a Monday.
Yes, I'll have to go to the dollar store and get those little things for my head because
get some fun stuff. Yeah,
maybe
Kathleen McInerney.
Kate McInerney. Is the audio.
Maybe I should come on just dressed in some of my BDUs.
Because your hat is kind of a leprechaun hat. It just needs.
I was going to say, yeah,
a little buckle on it, and you be the leprechaun. Every year for many years, Randy and I used to go to a leprechaun party. It was our traditional thing to do on St. Patrick's Day. There was a guy who hosted it way back, like when we The very first one was even before we were dating, and then we would go every year for many years. But we would watch the movie Leprechaun, and it was almost like going to a like a Rocky Horror Picture Show, because there were certain things in the movie we would yell, we would throw things at the, and our host was, the same guy who hosted every year. He had all these crazy props that he would pull out every year. And like, have you ever seen the movie Leprechaun? There's a scene where he skates through a fence and there's the shape of him. He literally made a wooden fence with that shape cut out.
Oh, creepy.
It would be at the front door. Like when you went in the front door, he had another crate, like a wooden crate with a sound box inside it that sang Mary Had a Little Lamb, which, was when they went down in the, it had Jennifer Aniston. So the very first couple of years we watched it, this was before Friends. And I remember coming to the party, like probably year 3 or 4. And I was like, you guys, the girl that's in this movie, she's from Friends. How far back it was. But hang on a second. Emily needs something. I'll be right back.
So what book are you reading now, Sarah?
Oh, I'm reading lots of stuff. I've got the Cat Who book by Lillian Jackson Braun for one of my mysteries.
Yeah, I have.
Got the romantic.
That's the only book of hers that I have. Elizabeth said it's the best to start with the first book in that series. And
yes, I agree. The Cat Who Could Read Backwards is the best one. Is you got to start with book 1 for the Cat Who series, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think like the first 5. Which one is it where he actually moves to Moose County? It's like book 5-ish.
I was looking. I think it's book 5 or 6. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I think once you get him to Moose County, then you could probably go in any order. But like those first 5 where he's getting his inheritance and he's, he gets the cat, he has to get the first cat, then get the second cat.
Then he gets the second cat in book 2. Yeah.
Right. And then he gets his inheritance and has to decide, and then he has to move. So it's like those, I think, ought to go in order. And then once he gets to Moose County, then
I started when I read the series. I was like 17 or 18 when I read my first book in the series, and it was The Cat Who Wasn't There, which is the one where he travels to Ireland. And I didn't realize it was a series. I just picked up the book thinking, "Oh, this looks like fun." And then I realized it was a series, and I went back and read book 1 and was shocked at how different it was from this cute, cozy, small town to this very gritty Chicago-like suburb. Yeah. You know what I mean? So read them in order, in my opinion.
And they do get cozier as you go along.
They do. Absolutely, they do. Yes. And then they get bad at the end, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, Sarah, the book I have that I'll read it for the 80s. Will be a reread for me.
Oh, nice.
This is the first book in the Elvis Cole series.
Okay.
He has a cat that likes to drink beer.
Oh, I love it.
He was telling me about that last week. I was like, oh my goodness. It's crazy.
That's one thing my cats don't do is drink beer. Thankfully.
Mine get high enough on catnip. They don't need anything else.
Oh, yeah. Well, my daughter, she has 2 cats. They're both a little over a year old now. Well, anyway, she got, I think she got it from Chewy, where it's shaped like a banana, but it has catnip in it.
Okay, yes.
Huh.
And you should see them when they start playing with that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I love it.
We have catnip-filled toys covering the house.
Well, we figured out the best for scratching. You get these like flat ones, like from Walmart or Aldi, and get them with that are catnip infused.
Yes. Yep.
Do you help keep them from scratching up all the furniture?
They still scratch them.
I know, mine do.
And even if, we even had a cat years ago that was declawed, and he still scratched the furniture.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Put a hole in the back.
Make sure we're not ignoring Storm over here. She's still making comments. She says that she really wants to read.
I see that we have another viewer right now. Also, it shows we have 2 viewers now.
Yay!
Speak up, whoever's out there.
Yes. Pop in. Let us know
We'd
what you're
like
reading.
to see what you've been reading.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Storm, do you think you'll go ahead and read the next one now, or save it? Save it for second
Storm will get to it in
September.
3 to 5 years. I'm just teasing. The bugger.
I get to it in September. I guess it depends on if she
Second in
can get the
September.
audio or not. But she says she agrees with you. She loves Burkholder on audio.
Oh yeah, it's so good on audio.
The guy who does Beaumont is now the detective. He was great. I don't know what you mean. The narrator? Are you talking about the narrator or someone?
I think the narrator. She was talking on Monday during the sprints about how amazing the narrator was for that book.
Yeah,
and how
his
much
name
she
is
really
Gene
liked
Langany.
it.
Yeah, he's really good. He's perfect for Reacher. Not Reacher. He's perfect for Beaumont, and I think he does most of them. She's already borrowed it on Hoopla. Look at that. She's already on to book
Storm,
2.
I'm proud of you.
J.H. Jance's books are addictive like that. You do. Like, I listened to an Allie Reynolds book last month, and I went straight in back to Everand to get the second one, and it wasn't on there.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, no.
So I went to my library, and they have it on CD, but I'm in the middle of this long Kate Morton book on CD, and I was like, okay, let me finish this Kate Morton book, which I'm not even really enjoying that much, but let me finish this. I know it's on my 60 by 60 list, and it is okay.
Oh, okay.
It's just, it's not a mystery. I mean, there's some mysterious elements. It's just not what I'm in the mood for right now. But I'm, you know how I am. I'm task oriented. Check it off. I don't have to be in the mood for it to do it. So, but I am in the mood to get back to J.A. Jance, especially with Storm reading one. So
it's almost like FOMO, right? Like she's reading them. I want to be enjoying it too. Yeah,
I know. Same.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm currently working on reading the Jack Ryan books.
Which one are you on?
I'm on the second. Well, I'm actually the Tom Clancy books because I'm rereading Patriot Games now.
Oh, okay.
Before it, I reread the Hunt for Red October, and then oh shoot, now drawing
I'm
a blank
looking
in
at
my
right
head
now.
now.
Red Rabbit.
It's Red Storm Rising.
Okay.
That's one that's not a Jack Ryan. It's pretty much a scenario of World War III.
Okay, yeah, I was scrolling down through the list of Jack Ryan. I didn't see that on there. So Patriot Games, then Red Rabbit, then The Hunt for Red October. Those are the first 3.
That's the chronological order. I'm reading them in publication.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yeah, it doesn't say here. Okay, yeah. So, well, no. Okay, yeah, that is chronological. Okay, I gotcha. So, Clear and Present Danger, it says, is book 5. Which one was the first one that was written? Well, publication order, which was first?
Hunt for Red October.
Okay. It says Patriot Games 87. Hunt for Red October.
Hunt for it was 84.
Yeah, 84. Yeah. I gotcha. Okay.
And Red Storm Rising was like 85 or 86.
My dad read it to me when I was in hospital. Because it was Read to Your Child. I was only like 5. I didn't care about the book. But Dad he was going to read to his kid. He was going to read something that he was interested in.
Hey, that works. That's awesome.
So I like to jokingly say, yes, I've read A Hunt for Red October.
Yeah, I generally prefer publication order because I like to experience it like it came out of the brain of the author, in that order.
Yeah.
So to me, that makes the most sense.
Well, that's why I want to read the Jen McKinley series like that.
Which one?
I want to read the Jen McKinley series, like her 3 series. I want to read them how they're supposed to be, even though I'm not reading the full series, I'm jumping around. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. And the series order, if you look on Melmax Buddy Reads, she's got them in publication order. Okay, good.
Yeah.
But the one that irritates me the most of any series that's ever been like republished in chronological order is the Chronicles of Narnia. That series should be read in publication order because the The first one in
starting
chronological
with
order.
The Magician's Nephew.
No, that's chronological. Magician's Nephew was not the first one. Lion the Witch
Oh,
and the
okay.
Wardrobe. Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe was the first one published. That book will suck you in, literally, into the wardrobe, into Narnia, and make you want to read more. If you read Magician's Nephew first, it's like,
That
oh,
one you're
it's fine,
confused
but
with.
it doesn't grab you. Yeah, and so when my youngest daughter was in children's book club at the library, the librarian wanted them to read Chronicles of Narnia. So she picked book one, which was Magician's Nephew. And so Katie brings it home, and I said, Katie, don't read that first. Read Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe first. She goes, no, I'm going to read what she said to read. To this day, now she's 21, she has never read another one because she was not pulled into the story. And I said, if you had just listened to me and you had read Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe first, you would have devoured the whole series. You would have
Listen
loved
to
it.
your mother.
I know,
Yes.
right?
Has
Right?
she seen the movie The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
I don't know if she has or not. Now that I think about it, of course, she's busy trying to graduate from college this semester, but I'll have to ask her because she's going to take a year off, and we are gonna we'll do some fun stuff together while she's applying to vet school. She'll be home and working and have more reading time. So
Did you
we'll
say
have some watch alongs and read alongs and stuff.
Did you say vet school or med school?
Veterinary. Yeah,
Okay.
she's about to graduate with honors in biology, and she's already been doing all the things like to get her resume ready, but she decided to wait because a lot of times you don't get it the first year you apply, but I think it's because you're not really ready at that point. But she's going to be ready, and she's been doing all the things to get her resume in order, and all the experiences and all the stuff she needs to do. So she'll be ready, and so she's gonna she's starting the application process now, but it won't be for next school year. It'll be for the one after, because all the people who are going to vet school next year already know. They've already done the application process, and they're already in. They've already picked who is getting in for the next school year.
Yeah. I have a niece that she had gone to she was born and raised in Colorado. She went to Arizona or Arizona State for college, and she was one of the top ones in her class, and she got and she got on at the pharmacy school at the University of Wisconsin.
Oh wow!
So, and that was 4 years, and that full 4 years, we didn't see her once because Madison's only an hour and a half away from us. But she
and
was
pharmacy school, I think, is intense. I mean, just like medical school, you've got a lot of learning to do.
right. And then from there, she was at a hospital in Peoria, and now she's at the Cleveland Clinic because she's wanted to specialize in children's oncology medicine.
Oh wow! So how long has she been working as a pharmacist? How long since she's been out of school?
It's been probably 3 years now, and
okay, well, great.
Because I know she's been doing her residency, and my sister said she'll start getting a good paycheck soon. And
yeah, I've heard that pharmacists do really well as far as
they do. Yes, they
jobs.
do. Mm-hmm.
And they always need them. There's always going to be a job security for pharmacists.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I probably should head out pretty soon. I don't know.
We just had some people show up here, so.
What else, Tim, before we take off? Let's see. Storm has not commented anymore. So, but yay, Storm. I'm glad you got the next one. That's awesome.
Yes. Well done, Storm.
And I'll be next Wednesday, I'll be having another one, same time, same place.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right.
Or should I say same bat time, same bat place? Going back to the old Batman TV show.
There you go.
Yeah. Holy Oleo Batman. When they had butter dripping on them.
Okay.
Thanks,
So,
All right,
Tim.
you guys.
yeah, I know Breezy commented after the video last week saying she was
Good.
pretty much she was at work at the time. I think she was listening to it. So, man.
That
Nice.
girl
nice.
works hard. She is always working. Sometimes
Right.
I remember on live stream, she come in right at the end, like I just got off work.
Yep.
She
Yep.
works hard. That's awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Well, bye, and
Bye.
See you later.
see you. Hopefully, see you next week.
Definitely.
Okay.